I like to think of myself as a box fighter, with a bit of a dig, and I like to entertain, so trying to get out there and knock people out, that's my style. I didn't have the highest profile when I went pro, so I wasn't under the most pressure, so I've been able to, just get on with my boxing, get on with my training, and everything's gone to plan so far. I plan to put on another explosive display, it was going to be my debut on Sky, so I want to, put on a show, let people know what I'm about, and, get the fans in, rallied and excited.
He's bright, he's articulate, he can really fight as well. George Groves, an exciting all-action style. Won his last 4 fights by KO. He beat Olympic gold medalist James de Gale in the amateurs. Taking on Tadas Jonkus from Lithuania, never been stopped, decent puncher at this level, 3 knockouts inside 2 rounds. We can join this one from the start.
Well, many in the trade believe George Groves is one of the very brightest British youngsters in boxing today. He's an amiable, articulate 21-year-old, and he's blasted his way quickly to 4 knockout wins in 5. Less than a year as a pro, unbeaten, and a former amateur hotshot too. In with Tadas Jonkus from Lithuania, who's won 4 of 8. I bet you can't wait to see Groves, Jim.
Well, this is actually the first time I have seen him, and I've heard an awful lot of nice things about him, so we're looking forward to this. So first impressions, he hasn't done anything yet, but he looks to have a lovely relaxed style, well balanced, and he seems to think what he's doing before he makes a move, but he hasn't quite made a move yet. But yeah, there goes the first jab, accurate, sharp, and he could be in with a kind of an awkward customer tonight, so he's doing the right thing, having a good look before he gets down to work, but very relaxed look about him.
I saw his first round stoppage of the erratic Welshman Paul Samuels, which was impressive. And other fighters in the business talk extremely highly of the Hammersmith boy. Just having a good look at Jonkus. Flicking out the jab with some speed. Right hand from Jonkus. Just hold it low, that left, Groves. But he is quick and powerful. Lovely body shot as well.
He stepped in nicely with the right hand. His stance is a little bit wide, so I think to get power into the right hand, he's going to have to just bring the right foot a little bit closer. He did that with the right hand.
Doubling up the jab. He could be in some exciting fights, George Groves.
Yeah, you can see he has a style that's going to suit the pro game. The longer distance fights shouldn't be a problem to him when they come. Doesn't waste anything, does he?
Pop another right hand out, Jonkus, who's got 3 knockout wins inside 2 rounds, but at a very low level. Good body shot from Groves. He's relaxed, but he concentrates.
Second down, round 2.
Second of 6, we're in the 12-stone super middleweight division. We're watching the former double ABA champion George Groves, who won 67 of 75 in the unpaid ranks. And this is fight number 6 as a pro. All 5 victories. And with Tadas Jonkus from Lithuania. He's a couple of years older. And in his 9th outing, he's won 4. Never been stopped, though. Can Groves become the first man to do that?
Well,
First impressions, Jim?
Well, it was a patient opening round. The touch of class about his work. But I thought maybe the Sunderland crowd were very patient with him. I think they maybe want to be step in now and they start maybe injecting a little bit more drama, and I think he's doing that right now. And it was sensible having a good look at the opposition in the opening round, find out what will work, what won't work, and put it into action in the second round, and it looks like that's what he's doing.
He's done some sparring this year with Carl Froch, which obviously is extremely good work. Groves planting his feet a bit more and looking for the gaps in the Lithuanians' defence.
It's sensible what Groves is doing here. Jonkus not easy to prise open, so he's not in any hurry, just taking his time, the feeling that things will start happening. Here, maybe they're happening now.
You're landing heavier artillery now, really getting some meat into some of these punches. Not all getting through, but the weight of them troubling Jonkus.
And the jab working well, he's really stepping in behind it. He was just kind of touching with the jab on the opening round, but this is different altogether. Much more purposeful in this round.
Whipping in the hooks to the body. A prize Jonkus open. They're calling him the Saint, George Groves. That right hand whips through. He's got leverage and reach on that, hasn't he?
Yeah, I like the little feints before he goes to what, then moving to the side to find some target. Good technique.
Jonkus brave, reddened by the left cheek. It's all Groves.
And up again. Plenty of patience, but stepped up the work rate a little bit. Didn't take a worthwhile punch himself in that round, but delivered several. Jonkus really forced onto the defensive. The jab was good. I mean, that's not just a rangefinder, that's a weapon. Thumping jab, kind of wide with the right hand. I think a lot of that is down to the fact that his stance is a little bit wide. You can't shift weight quite the same with a punching when your stance is too wide. So swinging a little bit with the right hand, but early days, time well on his side.
Sticking with him, Jonkus.
10 seconds.
Tough ass though. Big weight and ability away to Groves. Here's the third round. George Groves looking for win number 6. He's brought his family up to Sunderland from West London.
See, there's a little feints that forever advocating, just force the other guy to make the first move. Don't wait until he's ready to throw punches, show little feints and threats and draw them. Jonkus, he's just taking his time too. I think he's felt the power a couple of times.
The extension on the jab from Groves. My catching win as an amateur was over James de Gale. Of course, went on to achieve Olympic gold in Beijing. A rematch down the line somewhere will be big if they keep winning. Both box for Dale youth. There's a steady poise, isn't there, about Groves?
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about him. He's not too intent in trying to score a knockout. He's prepared to just wait, make the chances and take them when they come, but don't go crazy for stoppages. I think too many of the young fighters these days are looking for 1 and 2 round knockouts on their ticket, but he's patient, very precise with his work and his punches.
Feel the strength from ringside when he just ups it from time to time. Groves, naturally heavy-handed, scored plenty of stoppages in the amateurs. Might just have that style that will really suit the pros. Body shot and right to the head.
He got the power into that left hand body shot there. Didn't land all that cleanly, which is maybe just as well for Jonkus. This is good.
A good defence from Jonkus, but some of these are starting to get through, and he's trapped in the neutral corner. And Groves teeing off. He nearly went there, Jonkus. Oh, and a beautiful scything shot there from George Groves. 10 seconds left to go in the third. The stoppage seemed imminent there. Couldn't quite get it.
Well, I think Jonkus proved he's not just here for a holiday. He did well surviving that. Excellent stuff from Groves.
He's a brave and fit 23-year-old. This Lithuanian did ever so well to survive the onslaught.
We haven't seen full power in much of Groves' work, but we saw it in that burst of punches. Just kept his eyes on the target, just took his time, and every punch delivered properly. Look at the leverage he finds in that left hook. Looking for the body. There it goes. Bang. I'm sure Jonkus felt that one. That must have taken a lot of the steam out of him. Really impressive looking stuff from Groves there.
Seconds out, round 4.
Good display of skillful power punching from George Groves, and a good effort in resilience from Tadas Jonkus. Groves in the silver. So if you need the identification, with a tattoo on the stomach. I think it's Mars, the Roman god of war. Maybe gives him inspiration. Nice to watch, isn't he?
Yeah, he has a lovely relaxed style, and the fact he doesn't waste anything, thinks what he's doing. Yeah, with no question the pro game is going to suit him.
Missed out on the Olympics in Beijing. James de Gale went. There was talk of him hanging around to 2012 in London, but he decided to get on with things, turn pro. And this is all George Groves, and he'll do well to get through this Tadas Jonkus, because it's much earlier in the round.
He's going to have to throw back. I mean, he's blocking well there, keeping his chin out of harm's way. But you want just to be throwing the odd punch back. If it's one-way traffic, the referee's liable to step in.
Found the body shot well there, Groves. You sense one more barrage in a corner. Maybe enough for Gary Williams to call a halt. Here we go again. Stepping in with these punches, Groves. And that's enough. Sensibly stopped. And George Groves, well, he really is one to watch, isn't he? 6 out of 6, his last 5 by knockout. It is early days, of course, but this 21-year-old Londoner is an exciting addition to our scene.
Like, not worried, but I was thinking, what am I going to be like, you know, fighting this soon after. But I felt really good. Got in the ring, no injuries, and like now I'm boxing again in 3 weeks, so it's a good job too.
First to stop Jonkus, but Jim Watt in commentary was particularly impressed by your feinting and your patience this evening.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you say, the guy's never been stopped, so there's a reason for that, and that's why I'm happy that I got the stoppage tonight. You can't just bombard these guys because they just tuck up well and then they're going to come back with a good solid shot, and if that catches you, then it's good night nurse. So it's all about feinting and trying to break the guy down, break his spirit more than anything, and you know, it worked tonight. I got the stoppage in the 4th round.
What do you think you still need to work on in the gym, though, to make yourself a complete fighter?
Oh, everything, you know, everything. There's no such thing as a complete fighter, you know. We've been looking at, you know, legendary fighters, and you can still find faults. But, you know, next thing for me is always going to be the defence, you know. Got caught with 1 or 2. Had a little bet with my trainer there, Adam, you know. I've got to pay him 100 quid for every shot. I think I owe him about 3 purses now, you know. So yeah, defence is going to be the next plan of action.